So the political fallout from Major League Baseball deciding to move their All-Star game from Atlanta, Georgia to Denver, Colorado continues, as in this video, I'm going to share with you how their favorability ratings has tanked and what that means. And we're going to start right now. Hi, my name is Kyle, and this is The Conservative Take. Please consider liking and subscribing. Now, we all know what happened with Major League Baseball, how they decided to move their All-Star game from Atlanta, Georgia, which was a 51% African-American black community with over 30% black business ownership, to Denver, Colorado, which has not 51% black people in that city, to put it mildly, and especially not that much of a black presence for small business owners. But they do have a more stringent voter ID policy than does Atlanta, Georgia, which is begging the question, wasn't the reason why they moved it out of Atlanta was because of the voter ID? I guess why it makes sense now. Nevertheless, this has caused people to freak out and basically turn their backs on Major League Baseball. And this article I'm going to share with you right now is from Trending Politics. Major League Baseball favorability ratings collapse after All-Star Game fiasco. Major League Baseball's decision to move the All-Star Game out of Atlanta in response to a liberal temper tantrum over Georgia's new election integrity law is already having disastrous consequences. You think? So what harm could that do? Well, unfortunately for Major League Baseball, Republicans are their biggest supporters, and now they've turned their backs on Major League Baseball, and it's causing a big stink, especially considering Joe Biden was the one who basically told Major League Baseball to move it. And so in the new poll by the Morning Consult, Republican favorability towards Major League Baseball has collapsed by a stunning 35% in only 1 month. It plummeted further to a dismal 12% as the league's brand took a major hit. Now, one thing I'm going to say about this goes with any company, NFL, Coke, Major League Baseball, any major brand, dare I say, Black Lives Matter, even them, they have a brand to uphold, and they spend millions of dollars annually to keep that brand a certain way. They don't like negative publicity. It hurts their brand, and it affects a lot of things. It affects their image, it trickles down to the company, and ends up affecting the bottom line. Same thing here with Major League Baseball. The decision to go fully woke, despite ample evidence that doing so has cost other professional sports leagues dearly in terms of conservative support, is hitting them where it hurts. See, you can take the NBA when a lot of conservatives really were already out of it anyway. They didn't care about the NBA as much. So the hit was what it was. It was still a major hit because anytime you lose 30% of your audience, that's a big deal. And so, but Major League Baseball has more of their support with conservatives, with Republicans. And so losing that really is a bad deal. And to me, putting that Black Lives Matter on the mound and all over that was really a smack in the face, especially when you consider what BLM stands for. They're a Marxist-led organization, and that does not fly well with conservatives. Again, in another video I did, Black Lives Matter is something we all stand for. We all want Black Lives to matter, right? But I want Black Lives to matter in the womb, outside the womb, in Chicago. I want them to matter that way too, where BLM doesn't care, or unless you can prove to me otherwise, they don't care about those Black lives. They just want Black lives that they can enrich themselves. If there was money for Black Lives Matter to make stopping abortion, they would do it. It says here that baseball had managed to stay out of politics until last summer. That's when the abbreviated season, due to the coup, opened with the league fully adopting the divisive message of the militant, Marxist-inspired Black Lives Matter. And might I add, BLM admits that they're a Marxist-led organization. That's from their own words. The movement gained mainstream support by leaps and bounds in the aftermath of that video in Minneapolis. I'm trying to stay from being demonetized. This year, just one day after real fans replaced those sad cardboard cutouts in ballparks, Manfred chose to embark on a suicide mission by moving the All-Star game. Here's a tweet by Clay Travis of Outkick. MLB's favorability rating dropped from 47 to 12 among Republican fans after moving the Atlanta All-Star game. They gained no Democrat fan support. That's catastrophic decision-making by Commissioner Rob Manfred. He lit the league brand on fire. I don't understand why these organizations feel they must be led by these loudmouth, who don't care, blue checkmark Twitter brigade. These people do not care. These social justice warriors do not care. And this stat right here is proof positive, among many other examples, that they don't add anything to the equation. They don't add anything to the brand. They don't add anything to the bottom line. All they do is give a false sense of security to upper management, thinking, well, we've done our part. Well, what can go wrong? We believe in Black Lives Matter. We're going to believe this. Even though the laws in Georgia are less stringent to the laws in Denver, we're still going to move it over there. We're going to take business away from black businesses. We're going to take the game away from an area which was the hotbed of the civil rights movement, away from that, where MLK is buried, out of Atlanta, and move it to Denver. That makes 0 sense whatsoever. 0 sense. I mean, what could they have done? I mean, you think about this. If they want to be social justice, if they really wanted to make a cause, they could have kept it in Atlanta. They could have made a big thing about it. They could have even had demonstrations, peaceful, of course, and done that, made a big thing out of it. It might not have helped, but at least the businesses would still benefit from that. You're going to Denver, Colorado, which, by the way, has a huge chapter for Black Lives Matter in Denver, Colorado. And so that did nothing for them. And these blue check mark Twitter brigade folks, they don't add anything to the equation. They gained 0 support from Democrats and lost, 47 to 12%? That's a 35% drop in a month. Major League Baseball had the highest net favorability among Republicans of the 4 major sports leagues before the All-Star Game decision, but just last week dropped below that of both the NHL and the NFL. But even before all of that, the commissioner of baseball was already gravitating towards LeBron James and Stacey Abrams. Even before Biden did what he did, he was still probably going to cave anyway. But this was a huge mistake. That this voter integrity law is Jim Crow on steroids. That in and of itself is a topic for a whole nother video, considering who started Jim Crow, Mr. Biden. That was your party. Who started poll taxes? That was your party, Mr. Biden. And so, again, they accuse us for what they currently do. This could also backfire in a way that Major League Baseball could actually lose their antitrust exemption. Senators like Ted Cruz, Mike Lee, and Josh Hawley came out against this monopoly in their embrace of woke politics. Right now, baseball has a 12% favorability with Republicans, which is their biggest base of fans. NBA has -5 approval of Republicans, so it could be a lot worse, as mentioned in this article as well. And I think people right now are kind of fed up with this. We've gotten used to organizations doing this and us just turning our backs to it, which is why other sports are cropping up, like UFC and even WWE are doing well, because people are finding other things to do. They're spending time with their families. They're doing other things. And the other sports that we used to love, we just don't care anymore. The important thing is this. What do you think about all of this? What do you think about Major League Baseball's favorability ratings going into the toilet? And what do you think about the fact that they could lose their exemption and the fact that they are going by the path of the NBA to have a total negative favorability amongst their biggest swath of supporters? Let me know in the comments below. I'd be curious to know what you think. If you like what we do with this channel, we take pop culture and politics and filter it to you in a conservative manner. In other words, filter it to you right. Then please click the like and subscribe button and that bell icon so you don't miss any future content. If you'd like to support this channel, please click that join button to find out how to do that. And please check out our store on our website where we actually have a campaign going called All Letters Matter for All Lives. I think you'll dig the design. As always, please check out some content that we have right here.